Noticed today that BBC News has moved into a new home here at Broadcasting House in central London. After more than 40 years of news from Television Centre, we're making a little bit of television history today by starting to broadcast from what is now the biggest news centre in Europe. And Nick Hyam reports on how the technology of television news has changed in the meantime.
In the Commons, Mr MacLeod has said that the London busmen's pay claim...
BBC News 1950s style. No auto cue, hand-drawn maps and graphics, a black and white business that relied on laboriously processed news film. Then, around 1980, the switch from film to video, a revolution.
And the fighting after it was, if anything, fiercer than it was before. Everything changed in the early 80s with the arrival of the handheld electronic camera. And the marvellous thing about that was you didn't know how to process it, you could edit it in the field. So people like myself, we had this wonderful sense of freedom. We could be thousands of miles from this sort of editorial hub that you see here, and we had to be trusted.
There was a second revolution too. Originally, news film shot abroad had to be packed up and sent unprocessed by plane, arriving a day or more late. Satellites changed all that. But today, even satellite trucks like this could be replaced by the internet, broadband and smartphones.
We've got sandbags against the doors.
This live interview last year was broadcast using just an iPhone. Now the studios too are at the cutting edge, largely automated and computer-driven.
For the first time, we are broadcasting in true high definition, and we've got shiny new studios that are bright, they are airy. For the first time in a long time, we've gone back to having a real newsroom backdrop.
That newsroom is Europe's largest. Impressive, certainly.
It reminds me of a sort of battery hen factory with electronic add-ons, but I'm sure it's going to produce some wonderful news. What matters is the people, really, but not the machinery.
Well, Martin Bell there being just a tiny bit mischievous about our new newsroom. But that is only part of a much bigger development here at Broadcasting House. £1 billion it's cost. It's a complete rebuilding of the BBC's headquarters alongside the old 1930s building. And I'm joined by Andy Griffey, who's the project director who's been in charge of this. Defend that sum of money, first of all. £1 billion sounds an awful lot of money.
It is a lot of money, but it's a very special building, a lot of technology based here. The important other side of that story is, though, because we can move here, we can sell all kinds of other buildings around London, not least Television Centre, of course. So at the moment, we believe the upside of that cost is about £736 million. And
that's what you get back?
That's what we get back, without even including the sale of Television Centre. So that's a real dividend back to the BBC.
A lot of people have said they're sad to see Television Centre going, such a familiar, famous building, central to popular culture. Why did the BBC want to sell it?
And I have a lot of sympathy with them. It has been an amazing building, but equally, Broadcasting House here, been part of the BBC since 1932. It's equally an amazing building and reinvented now for the 21st century. And so to be able to, in the end, sell Television Centre, sell Bush House, sell other properties and concentrate in one place makes sense financially, but it also makes sense because we can do things together in a way which we couldn't do before.
OK, and that's what we're going to do here in this newsroom. Thank you indeed, Andy Griffey. Back to you, Huw.
Nick, thanks very much. Thanks to Andy too. And yes, a taste of our new home. Of course, we're sad to leave TV Centre, which was our home for so long, but it's good to be in a modern new building. However, the service, hopefully, will be as good as ever. I've really put my neck on the line by saying that, haven't I? In the meantime, Jay's with me once again with the weather. Hi, Jay.
Thanks, Huw. Good evening. Well, the weather's been a bit disappointing, really, hasn't it?